everyone. It's Enjoy English School. I am Chris Gorski.
I'm Minnie.
Today is day 2. It's June 27th, 28th. And welcome to Yaeyama is the name of the article.
那我们今天6月28号要持续昨天的主题，来个八重山群岛。
And let's reread that subtitle from yesterday. Explore, find, meaning beautiful beaches and unique wildlife on Japan's most remote islands. That's worth saying twice because there are a lot of good vocabulary words there.
那我们子标题今天我们再来复习一次哦，在日本最偏远的离岛，偏远的我们叫 remote。昨天有讲到 remote 当名词的时候也有遥控器的意思，对不对？然后探索美丽的沙滩跟独特的野生动物。
And yesterday we asked you what were the languages you like, which were the languages you kind of don't like. And if you didn't leave your comments yet, leave them down for us below. We want to know what you like and we want to know what you care about. Yesterday, we learned about where the Yaeyama Islands are and how they were formed, how they were made by volcanoes. And we also learned you went there.
Yeah.
What was the good food there? Did you eat the ishigaki beef?
Yes, I did.
Was it good?
It's just beef.
It's just Minnie said it was delicious.
It's like oily beef.
It's like nothing nice to say.
Very oily.
Okay, yum. All right, let's get ready for paragraph 1.
Welcome to Yaeyama. Besides Ishigaki, 2 other fascinating Yaeyama islands are Iriomote and Yonaguni. Iriomote is the second largest Ryukyu island, just 17 kilometers west of Ishigaki. But unlike Ishigaki, only around 2,300 people live on Iriomote, which is equal to about 5% of Ishigaki's population. Most of Iriomote is covered with wild forests. Iriomote Ishigaki National Park takes up 1/3 of the island. The park is home to the Iriomote cat, a cute wild cat similar in size to a house cat. Unfortunately, there are only about 100 of these cats left. Many visitors take river cruises, hoping to spot one of these rare cats. Yonaguni is the furthest west point in all of Japan. It is only 108 kilometers off the coast of Ilan, Taiwan. The few tourists who go there arrive by airplane from both Okinawa and Ishigaki, or by ferry from the latter. The island is very quiet. Only around 1,700 people live there. So why visit? One reason is to visit Yonaguni Monument. Nobody knows how old this large stone structure is or how it was made. But there's one catch. In order to see it, you have to scuba dive 3 meters underwater just to reach the top of it.
Hey, so we're back and let's get ready for paragraph 1. I was thinking about Yaeyama. I have never been there, but it makes me think about Green Island in Taiwan. I really like Green Island. I really like going there. Sadly, only my mom has come to Taiwan, but I have said if my friends or family come to Taiwan, I want to go to Green Island with them. But I do think Green Island, sometimes the hotels are not super beautiful. The food is a little bit basic. Is Yaeyama like that?
Yaeyama is a little more developed. A
little more developed. So fancier hotel rooms and
fancy
stuff.
hotel rooms and everything. You can tell it's a huge attraction. Everything is built for tourism.
Really? That kind of Green Island is like that too, but some things were a little bit kind of basic, B-A-S-I-C, but I really love being on Green Island. It's really fun. Okay, let's go to paragraph 1. Besides Ishigaki, 2 other fascinating Yaeyama islands are Iriomote and Yonaguni.
Iriomote?
Iriomote is
Japanese so difficult. OK， 所以这个句子说，除了石垣岛以外，八重山群岛还有另外2个很迷人的岛哦，分别是西表岛以及 与那国岛。
So you said you learned Japanese for a period of time. How long did you learn Japanese for?
Maybe like 10 months.
10 months. Okay, so you tried it and why did you stop?
Because every pronunciation is so alike and I just can't pronounce it like a Japanese. Everything is so heavy.
Yeah, I do think it's hard to say. And yesterday I told you I really liked it. I also tried to learn Japanese before I picked Chinese. So I studied Japanese for a couple months. And do you know why I quit?
Why?
Because the words are so long. Like, think like thank you was it, arigatou gozaimashita. It's like takes like a week to say that. And then I learned, like, I met some Taiwanese people and they were like, oh, thank you is like xie, xie. And it was so short. And I was like, this is so easy. Like Japanese, you have to learn all these long words. But in Chinese, it's like xie, xie.
And to me, Japanese doesn't make sense.
Really?
Yeah, it's like ai, weo, kaki, kukeko, and everything is like combined with those words.
Really simple sounds, right?
Yeah, but
I
like,
think that's why it sounds nice. A lot of vowels.
yeah.
A lot of vowel sounds.
And it doesn't make sense.
I think it sounds good. Maybe I'm too stupid to learn it, but Chinese was really easy. Like, well, no, it wasn't easy for me, but the words were short, and that made me want to study that instead. So here I am. Thank you for short words. What if Chinese had long words? I wouldn't come here. And you wouldn't have to watch me right now. There you go. Iriomote is the second largest Ryukyu island, just 17 kilometers west of Ishigaki.
西表岛呢是琉球群岛的第二大岛，在石垣岛的西边，大概只有17公里的地方。
But unlike Ishigaki, only around 2,300 or 2,300 people live on Iriomote, which is equal to about 5% of Ishigaki's population.
但看就是和那个石垣岛有别的是，只有大概2300人居住在西表岛上面，那约莫等于石垣岛人口的只有5%。
Yeah, I think what we're trying to say here is there are not a lot of people here. So it's just really remote, again, meaning there's not a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Most of Iriomote is covered with wild forests, which sounds really beautiful.
所以西表岛的大部分地区都被原始森林覆盖，因为它比较偏远一点嘛，人口比较少嘛，所以可能未开发的地方比较多。
Now, we know that we can say forests or we can say the woods, W-O-O-D-S, 一定要加 S 才是森林的意思。But we won't say wild woods. Honestly, that sounds like a video game Mario kind of level. We would say wild forest here. Be careful, this is a little bit of a strange collocation here.
所以应该也就是只是文化差异、习惯问题而已，也没有说为什么。反正就记得 wild 这个字跟 forest 加在一起比较顺，跟 wood 加在一起没有人这样用。
But wild woods does sound fun though, right? That sounds like I want to go like... That would be a good name for the amusement park. 他们的游乐园 on Ishigaki, the wild woods. That's what I would call it.
Okay.
And have like a rabbit, like you said, mascot, and like the Ishigaki beef man. Like
Okay. 好，可以。
Iriomote Ishigaki National Park takes up 1/3 of the island. That's huge, 1/3.
Yeah, 西表石垣国家公园占据了那个岛的1/3的面积。
The park is home to the Iriomote cat, a cute wild cat similar in size to a house cat. Oh, now we are excited. Now we're excited.
终于好。所以呢，该国家公园呢是西表山猫的这个栖息地哦。这是一个和家猫差不多大小、很可爱的一种野生的山猫。
Hello, kitty.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, always has to be like this.
很烦。
Unfortunately, there are only about 100 of these cats left.
太少了吧
Yes. 干嘛啦？
所以他说不幸的是，这个西表山猫呢，目前只剩下大概100只左右。
Many visitors take river cruises, hoping to spot one of these rare cats.
那许多游客呢，他就会去坐这个游艇啊、游船，然后希望说能够发现其中一只稀有的山猫。如果你看到，那就是100%的几率。
That is super difficult. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a really difficult thing to do. Number one, cats will sit very still. They won't move.
Yeah, right.
and they don't like to be out in the open. They'll kind of hide. So if you're taking a boat hoping to see a rare cat,
很难欸
yeah, 对嘛, good luck. Hope you bring your binoculars.
Binoculars
Yeah.
望远镜
Binoculars is B-I-N-O-C-U-L-A-R-S. 不是 binoculars, binoculars.
So how do you call these cats when there are like only 100 of them left and then they are endangered?
This is a really good point. Well, you already said the answer, but so this is two really good words to learn here. Get your pencils out. If we have an animal, 快全部都死完了，他们绝种, right?
绝种
So 还没的话, it's called endangered. Now, endangered 听起来像 I-N 空个 danger 危险, right? That's not correct, but fine 很像. It's E-N-D-A-N-G-E-R, so danger, E-D, endangered. Now, 因为这个 endangered 听起来像 I-N 的话，有一些人会加上 endangered.
Endangered
That's right. Now, 如果全部都死掉了，他们现在没有
绝迹了
This is extinct. E-X-T-I-N-C-T. Extinct.
所以 endangered 是濒临绝种 extinct 是绝迹绝种
So dinosaurs are extinct, but like pandas are endangered.
I think we have a lot of pandas now.
Really? Okay. What's endangered then? The Taiwan bear.
石虎
The Taiwan bear, right?
the
Yeah,
Taiwan
there we
bear.
go. The Taiwan black bear is endangered, but it's really cute. All right, let's get ready for our second paragraph. Hey everyone, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on day 2 of Welcome to Yaeyama. We're starting that second big paragraph here. Let's begin. Yonaguni is the furthest west point in all of Japan.
那与那国岛呢是日本国的极西点
We also could say the furthest or most western point in all of Japan. It is only 108 kilometers off the coast of Ilan, Taiwan. Really?
哇哦，所以它离台湾其实比较近哦，因为这个允纳国岛呢，它离台湾的宜兰其实只有108公里而已。
Like you could ride your bike that far. Not like it.
On the ocean.
That's true. You need a special bike, but you could totally get there. You know, I have lived in Taiwan since 2005. And I am used to kind of like hearing Taiwanese names, but when I hear like, oh, China is there and Japan is there and the Philippines is down there, that feels so strange to me still. It still feels weird. Like when you went to like Canada, did you feel like, oh my goodness, Mexico's there and Canada's here? Did that feel weird to you? Really? My wife felt it was really weird in America because we lived really close to Canada.
Yeah.
Like you just look and, oh, that's Canada.
Yeah.
And she felt that was really weird. Yeah, you didn't feel that was weird?
I actually read an article about this. They say if you start traveling when you were young, then you don't feel this kind of like weirdness.
Weird feeling. So did you travel when you were young?
Yeah.
Oh, see, my wife and I grew up very poor. We're like, we never traveled anywhere. So like the first time I got in an airplane was to fly to Taiwan.
Wow.
So I was like, if I'm gonna travel, I'm going really far away. Yeah.
But I remember my first time on an airplane when the door closed, 门关了, and I keep asking my dad, 我们到了吗? 我们到了吗?
He's like, yeah, stop talking. Where did you go your first time?
My first time was to Indonesia.
Wow. Well, that's a cool trip.
Yeah. When I was like 1.
Oh.
Yeah, and then when I was 3, we went to Japan, and when we were 7, I went to the U.S.
为什么要带那个那么小的小孩去另外一个地方？他们完全不记得了。
有印象。
没有了。
有。
What do you remember from Indonesia?
I remember.
对嘛。
I remember the food was very spicy.
他们要讲。Let's continue.
讨厌。
The few tourists who go there, 不要说 go to there, arrive by airplane from both Okinawa and Ishigaki, or by ferry from the latter.
那少数前往当地的观光客由冲绳及石垣岛搭乘飞机抵达，或者是呢由后者，也就是它也可以是搭渡轮前往。
So this ferry, of course, is a boat you can rent. Now, let's look at the word latter. And you want to underline this. This looks like and sounds like different words. Number one, latter, a lot of people think it's later. 这样子错了。Now, 为什么 later, L-A-T-E-R, 晚一点的话，这个是 A, 然后有一个字母，然后 E, 所以这个 E 会让这个 A 变成长 A, right? Later. But 这个有两个 T, 所以你应该不可以用这个 A 字母 E 的那个发音。This is latter.
Latter.
Right. 而且 this is not 梯子的意思。The 梯子 is a ladder.
Oh, 是 D-D-E-R.
Ladder. That's right. L-A-D-D-E-R. So the pronunciation here is important. It's from the latter.
From the latter.
That's right. And of course, tita is the ladder. Yes, this is really tricky. If you want to use this from the ladder, 蛮好用的, it's something you want to practice saying accurately. 你就是要确定你可以分别你的 T 还有 D。
所以我们这边的 latter 是后者的意思，如果是前者，我们会用 former.
Yeah, the former or the latter. That's a great way of comparing them. Usually we know D, 不好意思 T 的字母在单词的中间会出来 D, like student. But here we need to be very clear. This is the latter.
就是 T.
All right. The island is very quiet. Only around 1,700 people live there, or 1,700 people live there.
所以这座岛呢，非常的 quiet， 非常的静谧哦，只有大概1700个人居住在这个地方。
So we can say 1,700 people.
1700.
But this does not sound the most fluent. Both times we talked numbers today, I said 前面两个数字 100. This is 1,700. If you have four numbers, 外国人通常会讲到前面两个，然后就说 100. 1,700. 所以举例来说，我们的数字是let's say 3500. What would we say?
3,500.
3,500. Perfect. One more. Ready? 9,900.
9,900.
99. So 9,900.
9,900.
Perfect. 100 for Minnie. Everybody clap.
Yay! 所以一样的意思哦，如果3个0就是 thousand， 所以如果是99000，那就是 99,000。
But 事实上, if you're ever confused and you're not sure, you could say 1,700. It's just not as fluent as 1,700.
就是有没有跟就是母语是英文的人讲话，他们怎么讲的习惯，这就是习惯的问题而已。
So, our next sentence begins, so why visit? Because Minnie has told us a lot of wonderful things about the Yaeyama Islands. Minnie says, good.
I feel bad.
Like our first line yesterday, you're like, I didn't like it.
So why visit? 那有什么值得参访的呢？不要听我有讲的啊。
Yeah, don't listen to me. She's lying to
看文
you.
章
She wanted to say it's really good.
对，我故意讲相反的，这样你们才会有
相反。
对对对。
One reason is to visit Yonaguni Monument.
Oh, this one looks fun. 他说，为什么还有什么值得参访的呢？其中一个目的地呢，就是为了要参访这个与那国岛的海底遗迹。This looks really fun.
Yeah, so monument is related to the word memory. 看不出来, but it's related to the word memory. When we build a monument, we want to remember something from the past. Usually we talk about war monuments. W-A-R, war monuments.
战争的那种遗迹。
That's right. Nobody knows how old this large stone structure is or how it was made.
那没有人明白这个巨型石头的构造有多古老，或者是它是如何被建造的。
Now, structure is a fancy word for building, but structure 是蛮好用的字，为什么？ Because structure 不一定 is a place you can live. Maybe they build it because it looks cool or it's art and it's really tall and big. It's a structure.
所以 structure 这个字，除了我们一般来讲，我们讲到大楼这样子的建筑叫 structure， 其实任何的艺术，只要是它有一个形体的、有一个构造的、有一个建造的这种设计过的，我们都可以用 structure 这个字。
But there's one catch. There's a trick. In order to see it, you have to scuba dive 3 meters underwater just to reach the top of it.
哇哦，所以他说，但是呢，有一个前提哦，有一个 one catch， 有一个前提是，你如果要一睹它的风采， 那么你必须要潜水到水中3米深才可以到达它的顶部。3米大概就是一个楼层那么高。
Get your highlighters out and highlight there's a catch. 这个超好用的英文 there's a catch. You'll hear this a lot in TV and movies. That means you can do this, but first you have to do this trick or this thing for me first. There's a catch. Super useful. Now, let's talk about the Yonaguni Monument. So, when you look at pictures of Yonaguni, it looks like kind of like almost like a house, like a stone house. Now, not like this. 那个屋顶不是 like 三角形, it's flat. Almost like it's a very flat kind of old house looking. And there's little rooms inside of it. It's really special.
所以如果你到这个水里面去看到这一个古老的这个屋子，你会看到它是一个平平的屋顶，然后里面有很多弯曲的路这样子。
But here's the problem. Most scientists think it's natural. It's not human-made.
所以大家觉得是自然的。
Monument structure, 这个都是感觉到是人造的。
对啊。
It's natural. Most scientists think it's natural. Right.
So nobody lived there.
Nobody lives in it. But there are rooms in it. There are there looks like a square door.刚开始 I was like, oh, that looks like a really ancient stone house. But scientists say it's just weird rocks.
所以它就只是刚好长得像这样子而已。
这就是很自然这样子 because of the waves or whatever. It looks like an ancient house, but it's not an ancient house. There's no evidence. 都没有证明 people live there. So how did we find this?
Yeah, how did we find it?
Well, there were some divers, and there are a lot of hammerhead sharks in that area. These people wanted to swim with the sharks, and they're swimming around, and the guy says, hey, look at that.
It's a house.
It's a house. And they explored it a little bit. They told scientists, and the scientists are like, yeah, it's nothing. But Yaeyama Island's like, no, we don't know. We don't know. Wink, wink.
所以你看，所谓的景点其实就是有故事、有共鸣就可以创造出来嘛。一些潜水人员下去，想要跟那个鲨鱼共游，发现了这个东西。虽然科学家说没有人居住过，只是一堆石头，但是你看，它也变成了一个景点。
But then it really does look like a house. To be fair, it really does look like old, like ancient people built this.
所以你看，最值钱的是什么？是人类的创造力。
Yeah, it's our imagination.
想象力。
All right, with that, it's time for vocab review. Okay, it's time for vocab review. Our first word is fascinating.
迷人的，你也可以用这个字来形容人哦。
Number 2, to be equal to.
和什么相当于什么的意思。
Next, we have another phrase, to take up something.
就是占据了多少 take up the space.
To use or to even start, so you can take up Japanese.
Oh.
Number 4, a cruise.
Cruise 呢，就是这个游艇、游船。
You can also drive, meaning to cruise. That's kind of like 你就随便开车。
或者是 cruise around.
Yeah, cruise around. You're having fun. Joyride. Number 5, off the coast of some place.
就代表说它是在距离一个 coast 其实就海岸的意思，所以就是什么的海岸，距离哪里的海岸。哦，好难翻译哦。
Number 6 is the latter. And don't forget, we can say the former or the latter.
The former 是前者 ，the latter 是后者。注意它的 T 发音跟 A 发音。
Number 7, a monument.
Monument 就是遗迹的意思。
And number 8, a structure.
Structure 呢，就是它的构造，它的一个建筑物。
So, Minnie, you have been to Yaeyama before, and you've told us about your wonderful vacation. Here's what we want to know. Out of 10 stars, how do you rate Yaeyama?
I'll give it 10 out of 10.
100 stars. She did a good job. Thank you very much. All right. With that, and enjoy English School, I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Minnie.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.